Baby, I know you're hurting. See me online, no person. Everybody know you're perfect. I just wanna know, was it worth it? Baby girl, tell me I was worth it.
Baby girl, tell me I was worth it. Don't blame us, Spitz. The one with Spitz. It's fucking everything. It's whatever we want to be at the moment. But yeah, hey, bro. No, all good. All
good to see Alex.
Yeah, Alex is always there. Everyone, respect for Alex always sitting here listening to us talk shit for hours on end. Yeah, so we got Spitz in the building from Brisbane. Perspective album. I'm straight into that because I'm interested to hear more about this. Yes, so we got projects on the way. We got all sorts of music videos on the way. Dude, tell me about it. Like, what's been happening lately? Just with the whole album. We get straight into that.
Life has been great, bro. Honestly, like, you know, everyone goes through ups and downs and shit in their life. But the last few months, I've been like working on this new album, obviously Perspective, and I've just been having so much fun, bro. I'm really enjoying it. There's like everything seems to be working out. Like, you know, slow steps, but music videos getting filmed. The album's almost finished, bro. Just making a few finishing touches to that, and I'm really excited, bro.
And like the album's almost finished. Is it like all the songs you've like? No more additions.
I got one more studio session this week actually.
Yeah.
I'm gonna record a bit more.
Cool.
And then those last few weeks leading up to it, I just wanna tweak shit, you know, get features and whatnot.
Perfect.
Yeah, send some verses off whatnot, and yeah, it's looking
right.
Strong.
So we know there's like a music video coming. Is it like one music video for the album, or is it?
Yeah. So we got Bad Boy the single, which is dropping 27th of this month. Definitely doing a music video for that. I think that's gonna be the only single off the album. And after it drops, definitely gonna shoot some more.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can get a little incoming cash collaboration going again.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, just that one for now, bro. I really don't want to give too much away. Like,
yeah.
People are not gonna expect it. Like, you know, I've got my music out right now, but I think I've grown so much of an artist, and the songs are really gonna blow people away, man.
Well, of course, man. We were just talking. Like, I've seen you grown from like when we first met you, which is only like coming up to a year ago. It's really not that long, but from the get go, like, when did it all start? Like, music for you? When did it really kick off?
My dad was a musician. He played in many bands. Was actually pretty successful. He's no longer doing that anymore. But I was in high school with a friend, Kedis, who was a grade younger than me. I'm sure you know Kedis.
Yeah.
He's a fucking legend, bro. Shout out Kedis. And I was just chilling at his one day, and I was never ever keen on music, bro. I didn't even like rap for a long time. Like, and then I just recorded at his, bro. And I'm like, this is pretty fun. Like, it was just fun at the beginning, you know. And obviously those first few songs were fucking trash. Like, that Perspective intro song in the snow, bro, dope video, bro, but shit was trash, bro, no cap.
Oh, you gotta start somewhere though, like, everyone has that story, I'm sure,
dude.
like, almost everyone does.
And then I just kind of stuck with it, bro, hey, like, just, now I'm kind of taking it seriously, you know, it's still a hobby at this point, like, obviously at university and whatnot.
Yeah, what were the hobbies before music?
I used to make YouTube videos, the most cringe shit ever, bro. Don't even go fucking look for that. I'll come and I'll fucking kill you, bro. That shit was trash, bro. Hobbies, that. League of Legends, bro. It's still a fucking hobby, bro. League of Legends, man.
No, always gammon. Yeah. Is it like always, so you've always been kind of like a creative motherfucker doing some sort of like making something?
To be honest, not really, bro. I think it's actually an acquired skill, to be honest, dude. Like, I started off pretty like average kid, just fucking nerd, played a lot of video games, bro. And then I saw a little bit of potential with the music, and I'm gonna stick it out, bro. And I'm pretty excited for it.
It's cool when you like find something you like that you're also like, oh, like this could
100%, bro. Like, I wasn't born loving it like a lot of people were, you know, but I've come to love it, and I think that
well, it's kind of like a
shit, yeah, bro.
That's what I was looking for. Now we got that lean. Alright, no, what I was saying is like I do hear that a lot, like every now and then. It's like, it's not really, music wasn't really like the main goal, but like, you know, you hear that with like Lil Xan, for example.
Yeah, right.
Like, he was just a photographer, and then his shit got stolen, and he's like, fuck, I'll hop in a studio session.
Yeah, it's dope, bro.
It's cool how it all ends up coming together with all these creative
100%. The only thing I don't like about it is, you know, music's obviously cool to do these days, and people do it for a lot of the wrong reasons. And my reason isn't as good as most people. They fucking love music, they live it, they breathe it, which I do now, but it's like, like, I think a lot of people do it to be cool these days, bro. It's like the norm.
What do you, when did you, so you made your first song with Kedis. What sort of year time frame is this?
Fuck, dude, this would have been like the end of grade 12, so like 2016, late 2016, I think.
Yeah, right, so it's been a couple years now.
It has been, yeah, bro. I started out really small, just recording in his at his crib and shit, and we made a few songs, Godlike, which is pretty fucking cool, bro. I showed a music video.
I've seen that one, you showed me that last time you were here.
Yeah. So I just started out with that, bro. Now, like, I've got my fucking producer, Liam Thomas. We work really well together, bro, and I think it's just about building friendships around you, like us too. Like, I want people that I can keep around. I don't want to be going to someone new each time. I want a music video. I want this. I want that. So yeah, I want to build like a little team that we work together. Type
network,
thing.
yeah.
That's.
How long? So Liam Thomas, I've heard of him a few times now. He's
hottest producer in Australia.
Yeah, it's turning out to be that way at the moment.
100%, bro. No
so
doubt.
how did you come across him? How did you meet him?
I was in the club one night, Prohibition, and then this other guy, Baby Cypress. Shout out Baby Cypress, raised in Japan at the moment.
Yeah.
Met him. He's like, "Are you a rapper?" We started talking. He showed me some of his music. I'm like, "Cool, bro." And then he and Liam were already linked up, so he took me back to the studio one day.
No way.
We made Cash Out, which I think you like that song.
Yeah.
And then Liam and I just kept in really good contact, bro. And now we're just like unstoppable type shit.
Yeah. So and that's like, is he like local to you? Like, is it fairly natural how that happens now? Like, or is it still something you have to like organize? Like, obviously.
In terms of what? Like,
in terms of area like Brisbane, so to speak. Today, like it's a bit of a hike to get around here. Is it fairly easy just to link up with Liam?
Yeah, I mean he's like, 20-minute drive from my crib. It's not too far type thing, but it's just we're family now. Like we're booking. He's really busy, bro. He works with 1 million Brisbane artists, bro. Like anyone that isn't making music with him, like you're really fucking missing out. Like it's just untapped potential quality. So we're just scheduling a day each week, bro. Get in, pump out like a 6-hour sesh. Yeah, I'm recording so quick these days, bro. I used to have to sit down for 3 days right in my room, and it was a task, bro. I like hated it. Yeah. Now I go in and I can not freestyle, but bar for bar type thing, and we record like 4 songs in a day, bro. And then that shit's hard. Like it's pretty good, bro.
Yeah, I'll have to come see that.
100%, bro. Come to it and just kick back, bro.
What sort of like what do you think the general vibe is with your album coming out at the moment? Like perspective. What is is there a message? What's like 100%. The feelings there? Like what do you reckon?
Well, I describe it in the first intro track too, but it's pretty much like for everyone. Like we live in a time where we have all this beautiful technology available to us, but people are fucking sad, they're depressed because they're using it for the wrong things, you know what I mean? Kids are sad, the statistics are crazy, suicide rates, depression rates are terrible. The music is not completely based around that message of like, real deep, intricate type thing. There's some hard as fuck trap songs in there, bro, but the purpose of the whole album is for people to change the way they look at things, whether it be their favorite artist, realize that it's not what it seems, bro. They're not as rich as they seem, they're not like, we are all normal people at the end of the day, bro. Shit goes on behind the scenes, and it's a little bit of insight as to who I am as a person and my alter ego Spitz, you know what I mean?
It's the debut album. It is the debut album, isn't it?
What does that mean, bro? I don't even know what that... Bro, to be honest with you, I don't even know what album, EP, LP, any of that shit is, bro.
It's debut. It's the first one. I don't know. Like, honestly, like, I couldn't give you the...
Yeah, bro. I should know. I'm so uneducated.
I fucking say that all the time. So, holy fuck. White Crocs.
White Crocs. Ooh,
White Crocs.
Mate,
Spitz started the White Croc game.
Shit, bro.
You think, though? Like...
Ski Mask, the Slump God. I want the smoke, bro. That guy copying me, bro. Yeah. No cap. Nah, I love it, bro. Like, I try to do things that are not normal. Yeah. Because I think it's cool to not do shit that is cool type thing. Yeah. So I saw Crocs and I think it's hard, bro. I think it's fucking hard. And like an all white fit with some white Crocs and some socks, bro. They've got 2 things, bro. You can go attack mode or pull it back in defense mode, bro. It's all terrain. Shout out Crocs. If I don't get a sponsorship up here, I'm coming for you.
I've never heard Crocs described in attack mode or defense mode.
Legit.
Fucking.
I love Crocs, bro. I fucking love Crocs.
Yeah, in fashion in general, like you're always looking like obviously you were just talking about Cyprus being out in the clubs. Like, do you like to like get the dress up going and shopping and shit?
I definitely don't shop. I fuck with op shop so hard, bro. Yeah. Like, I'm gonna cap, bro. I don't have money. I don't think a lot of Brisbane artists do, bro. Like, we're all just doing our things, bro. I work a fucking job. I go to university, bro. I like to dress well. Yeah. But I just fucking find the cheapest way to do it type thing.
Yeah, no, right.
Brands are cool and all, bro. When I can come to that point where I can afford it, fuck off. But right now, bro, I'll rock anything, dude.
For real though, thrifting is like the funnest
100%, bro. Like, it doesn't take much effort to dress good, bro. Like, I think that it gives a good representation of yourself, and like if you dress good, people view you differently. So. Oh
no, it's 100% where society's sitting at the moment.
Yeah, dude.
Do you like fucking hang on? How do you, you just said then Brisbane and like a lot of people like how you feel about that? How do you think Brisbane's shaped you?
I don't think Brisbane shaped me. I was born in Tweed Heads in New South Wales, and lived in Brisbane. Yeah, really. Yeah. I've lived in Brisbane my whole life, but my nana lives in Wollongong, so I'd always be down there every weekend, country town type thing. Like that was really refreshing, bro, just to be able to like get away from the city. Kind of does your head in, bro. Living in a city, it's so fast paced. But Brisbane, bro, whatever anyone says about Australia and it being behind, I 100% agree. But there's no excuse, bro. There's so much potential in fucking Brisbane. So much potential anywhere. We have this thing called a phone where you can learn any piece of information, put music on for the whole world to hear. So Brisbane, bro, it's like it's got its own little culture, you know. It's definitely a little bit behind Melbourne, but there's some really cool people here. I've made like lifelong friends like yourselves, and it's a pretty good city, bro. There's a lot to do, like, and there's no excuse at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Anything, bro.
One of the conversations I've been enjoying having, or like questions I've been enjoying asking a lot of people around here lately is, how do you feel about, like, if we're talking about music and creative culture in Brisbane, how do you think how that's come in the last year and a half?
I am not the best person to comment on it because I wasn't around since the beginning type thing. You know, people have been doing this shit for a while.
Yeah,
I'm only pretty new to it, but from what I've seen, bro, in the year or two that I've been in it, huge, bro. Maybe because I'm paying more attention, obviously, but from every part of the creative like industry, like music, art, everything, I feel like it's coming a long way. Australia's finally getting a name for itself. Like, you know, you got artists going international, Kid Laroi, 1-4, I'm sure there's a million more. And we're finally learning that we can actually do it, bro. There's no reason why we can't be up there competing with these other countries, bro. We're just as fucking good, if not better, you know?
Yeah.
And
you said it there, like, I don't know if it's like Brisbane, like, if you've only been in there for a short minute now, but like, it's come a long way, but I also don't know if I'm further in it. That's the conversation I always enjoy saying, like, I've talked to a few more people about it since the last interview I did. And it's like the common response is like, oh, I think it's a bit of both. Like everyone's always meeting new people.
You don't know if you're being biased because you've been in it yourself, but like, just look at yourself, for example, like what you've done. You started out so small. Everyone has to start somewhere small, bro. And people love excuses like, oh, my city this or my country this. Shut the fuck up and start, bro, and make a step. If you work one day a week, by the end of the week, you're done. You know what I mean? Like,
no, of course. I saw like recently, because you've been on like that, you're always on the social media game, and like always like, honestly, just always a fun person to be following and watching.
Thank you.
The Minecraft wave was in there a little bit lately. What do you think? Like, do you reckon that's the wave? What do you reckon is the next thing
Minecraft is
coming?
the wave, bro. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I did get a Snapchat from you with at least 90 diamonds in your inventory.
God bless
this guy, bro. Minecraft is amazing, bro.
Nah, but for real, what do you reckon do you see any like new waves or new things that are like becoming trendy in the game at the moment?
I think this has probably been a thing for a while, but fashion and music obviously go hand in hand. That's always kind of been a thing. I think like gaming to some degree, like even after YBN Namir, like that whole GTA got a little shit for it at the beginning, bro. But
I think it was like, who was it, like Zilla Kami as well?
Yeah, like we're kids, bro. Like the people, majority of us in the music industry are kids. We're young-hearted, bro. We like games, we like drugs, we like having fun. You know what I mean?
I know.
So it's pretty cool, bro. I don't think no one can judge you for anything you do. That's why I play Minecraft. I rap about playing League of Legends, bro. That shit's dope, bro. Doing what you love is dope, bro.
Yeah, and like not giving a fuck. It comes back to that whole circle of just like being yourself and not giving a fuck about other people.
100%. People have a persona of music
and stuff.
Yeah.
All the time. What's your opinion on like the festivals lately going on?
Festivals?
Oh, like I'm talking about Australian festivals and like particularly the ones that have been getting delayed because of visas or like not even like
you fucked up, boy.
Not even just them though. Like, I remember like FOMO had that. They didn't can it, but like. Lil Pump didn't rock up for FOMO. You had Lil Skies who didn't rock up for Listen Out last year. Like, how do you feel about that trend that's happening?
Well, I think it works both ways. I think that on the organizer side, they should really be looking into it more. There should be contracts where if the artist breaks it, then they're getting some financial compensation, which can go back to the public, and throw a free show or something like that. Yeah. But at the same time, Australia is renowned for having shitty fucking visa problems. So I think it works both ways, you know, like the public needs to be more understanding. Shit does happen, like the music festival will happen, you're gonna get refunded, bro. It's illegal for them not to.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like these organizers need to stop playing, bro. Like Australia's been known for this for a while now, so like we need to start having a reputation that we're throwing some kick-ass festivals.
Well, that's the thing, like it's, you know, the whole fact that I'm bringing it up is the point to make, that like, it's happened a few times now.
It has.
And it's just become like a bit of a joke whenever a festival drops. It's like, should I buy tickets or should I wait until something gets canned?
It's sad, hey, it's sad, but...
But no, so you think, I think you're probably a little bit more like open-minded about it, I guess, being in the bit more in like that scene or like that environment where you know, like I guess you understand it. You've been studying. What are you studying as well?
Business marketing.
Business marketing. So yeah, you would have a bit of better.
Yeah. I was gonna say like, I would definitely consider myself open-minded, not so much for like the music side of things, but just the way I like look at learning and whatnot. I think education is very important. I'm obsessed with learning. I read books. I think everyone should be, bro, because no matter what you're doing, like creative or not, or your career, you're an athlete, like if you're not learning and getting better each day, like you're fucking stupid, bro. Like you want to strive to be the best person you can, bro, in every aspect of life, and I'm really obsessed with that, like bettering myself right now, bettering my close friends around me, giving the best advice I can.
You were in Singapore recently.
Yeah. That was a little university trip. Just business related. We learned how to like pitch, learned a lot about entrepreneurship, met some really cool people, learned how to network. I treated it as a holiday, to be honest, bro. I hit the club the first day I got there, and that fucked me up for like 2 weeks, bro. I swear to God, I was fucked up for 2 weeks, bro.
Yeah.
But Singapore is really cool, bro. It's a lovely country, and I like traveling too, bro. Like, especially after Japan, bro. Like, I think there's a lot to be explored about in the world.
Yeah.
Like, you went to Singapore for a bit, stop
Yeah,
over, you went Europe.
I was just stopping over on the way to Europe.
Yeah.
That was just like, family, more of a family trip than anything. That was a good thing.
Had you been there before?
Fun, bro. Yeah, I've been there a few times with family.
Nice, bro. I'd love to. Bro.
It's a nice time of year when it's summer over there.
Yeah,
so but
fuck,
what was the in a few of your earlier songs when
Mm-hmm.
I was starting to hop on the Spitz train?
Yeah.
I hear you mention Japan a little bit.
Uh-huh.
What sort of like, how's that influenced you, and like what was the whole vibe with like the Japan trips and going to Japan?
I'm obsessed with Japan, bro. I want to say I always have been, and then like there was a point in the year after grade 12, I had planned to go with friends, whatnot, you know, we planned it was going to be great, we dreamt about it all through high school. They bailed on me, bro. I had the option of either pulling out or being a fucking man, going alone.
Yeah.
I remember telling my mum, my nana, and dad, and they're like, why are you going alone? Like, that's like, you don't speak their language, all this shit. They're obviously worried. And that's the best thing I did ever, bro. I learned so much about myself, how to like organize myself. Yeah, dude. And that was a really big turning point, to be honest with you. Like, I came back like, fuck, dude. Like, I can do anything I want, bro. Like, I'm just like, it might not seem like much, bro, but traveling to another country on your own at like 17, it's pretty cool.
Oh, that's a big thing. I was like, so I was when you were in Singapore. I was dropping over in Singapore.
Missed each other, hey?
And we only just missed each other, but that was the first time I had travelled alone.
Yeah,
so right.
Yeah, true.
Like,
you learned
like I was chilling with family over there anyway,
Yeah.
but like just the whole like fact of like hopping on a plane and
100%, bro. The little things, people
like,
might not think it's much, bro, but for somebody's never caught a plane before, bro, that shit's terrifying. I hate flying, bro. I'm high enough as it is every day.
When you were over there, you filmed a music video, Spitz Intro.
Yeah, in Japan.
Yeah, in Japan. Who filmed that for you? How'd that
Pretty
happen?
cool story, bro. So I was in
so
Tokyo, had my fun there, Kyoto, Osaka, and the last week I spent in the snow in Hakuba, just snowboarding and shit. And the drinking age over there is 21, but I finessed my way into the bar and was having a few drinks there. And I met these guys from Gold Coast, and they were filming, like, taking some photography, whatnot, of the bar. Just got talking to them. They're like, yo, we film music videos. I'm like, cool, I make music, let's film something. Like, yeah, let's film tomorrow. I was expecting them to come out with like shitty little camera, you know. They come out with a fucking briefcase, bro, of drones and some crazy equipment I've never ever seen before. Yeah. And I'm like, damn, I only had that song, Perspective Intro. That was with my old producer, Solus. Shout out Solus, Kidis is me. And that was all I had at the time, bro. I'm like, well, fuck, I'm gonna have to record something. Yeah. I really do not like the song, bro, but looking back on it, you know, I've come a long way. But the video is fucking dope, bro. Hands down to them, bro. They're really cool. They actually shot me a message the other day, and we're working on something soon. So.
Are the white braids ever gonna come back? I'm not gonna lie, I'm a fan.
Thank you, bro. I have very mixed opinions on that. To be honest, that's another thing of like how I've grown, bro. Like when I first started out in the rap thing, bro, I was your typical SoundCloud rapper, bro. And not gonna lie, that shit was cringe. Like I got all that, bro, and like I just wanted to be like Lil Pump and all these artists, bro, with braids and like all this shit, bro. So that's why I got that. And it looked kind of hard to be honest, but my hair's obviously long enough now. Like I don't need extensions type thing, and I love my braids and cornrows and shit. But I don't know, bro. We'll see, bro. We'll see. Yeah, you know like how X had those phases where he like. Changed his hair and he got like a tree tattooed on his head and he goes through, I think that's kind of cool, bro. It's like different stages of your life. Yeah, bro, different stages of your life. Like I'm into all that spirituality shit, to be honest.
So, and then it's kind of fucked how, excuse my language, it's kind of whack how quick the year's kind of gone, don't you reckon, 2019?
Yes.
Album's dropping October 13th.
My birthday.
And is there... Oh, it is too. Yeah, word. So it's like the day of Spitz's birthday.
Yes.
Am I allowed to say, are we keeping it to Spitz or are the public allowed to know your real name?
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, no, Zach's birthday.
I'm Zach, bro. My name is Zach.
Zach.
Spiteri.
That's
Spitz name
where it comes from. But
100%.
anything to expect post album for this year?
Yes, 100%. You're gonna see me absolutely everywhere. You're gonna see Liam and I absolutely everywhere.
Is there any have you been lining up any shows? Is there any places that people might be able to come see you perform this shit?
We have a tour in the plans for next year.
That's
tour
crazy.
in Australia next year, all the major cities. Not too sure dates for anything of that yet. I'm gonna let the album run, bro. I've been working super hard. I want the album to drop, bro. I want to have a crazy party and just relax, get my head together a little bit, see where I want to go after that. But definitely, bro, I've got other interviews lined up. I'm trying to work with a few radio stations. Got the tour coming hopefully, and yeah, dude, I'm really excited, bro. This album's gonna be really good, bro. It means a lot to me.
Yeah, no, I know we're all excited. Everyone's, although the small bunch of people that I get to talk to week in, week out are like stoked and like keen for it. But like we were talking about it beforehand, it's just like it's gonna be cool to see. Like it's the first project we've seen from Spitz in a while. So like it's gonna be cool to see the growth. Honest, in the city recently, did you get the chance to pop into that?
I did not. I sent a few emails to a few, what do you call them, like associates with them. Whatnot. I would have loved to have performed there, bro. But honestly, I'm not ready, bro. I have not even been reaching out to anyone in regards to shows or anything, because I'm simply not ready. I don't want to go on a half-assed show where I feel like I'm at now, when I know that all this good music's coming. Then, like, I can really prove to myself, you know, like, what I have coming.
Yeah, no, for real. That's like,
I mean, it sounds dope though, bro. Like, I really want to go to that, but I'm actually, can't go to the Valley at this point in time, so I couldn't actually make it there. But
no, everyone's busy. Once a year anyway, so it's coming back.
Yeah, but there's some great artists, dude, and like I seen the Instagrams and shit, and like it's great. Like that's what Brisbane needs, bro. That's what Australia needs. Little shows like that, putting people on, and you know.
We just popped up. I just pulled up on like one.
Did you go? A
random night, like a Wednesday night. Right? Like a Wednesday night or anything. Yeah, we went together.
Okay.
And then we just pulled up to like one bar.
What club was that at?
It's pretty cool how you do it. You just you buy like a pass and you can get in everywhere for free.
True. They scan IDs though, right?
Most places don't. You just walk right in. I don't know how that works. I really don't. They just but anyway, I guess they check your ID when you buy the wristband.
Got you.
But we pulled up to like Rick's or something.
Rick's is
there was this like Persian rapper, like hip hop chick there. Word. That was a vibe. That was cool.
Did she have braids?
She had braids? Nah, she didn't at the time, but maybe she'd like,
I was there one night, not at Big Sam, but I was in the Valley.
Yeah.
I saw some girl who performed there, Nettie, I think it was.
Nettie.
And she looked pretty good.
The chick was Chai. Shout out Chai Music.
Yeah.
That's with two eyes. But yeah, no, we were. She was just like, you know, like psytrance, like drugs type of like
with rap or
with like this like Persian rap mix over it. It was quite a nice something new.
Yeah.
But
rap gets kind of boring here. It's good to see some shit experimenting cross genres, bro. That's the thing right now.
Yeah, and especially
Lil Nas X it, Old Town Road.
Oh, 100%. Like look at it, and just experiencing a little bit of different culture is nice.
Yeah.
Brisbane's good for that.
Yeah, 100%.
I gotta say, like, Melbourne is probably winning, but no, definitely got some cultural, like, loads of multiculturalism going on at the moment here.
100%, bro.
So, have you ever been there though?
Where?
To Big Sam?
No,
have you ever pulled up? We'd never been.
Yeah.
I was actually, like, honestly, like, blown away by
that.
Like, internet probably is, like, the easiest way to say that. Just with ads as well as, like, word of mouth around the people we had spent time around. But no, it's, like, it for real was just, like, there was so many, like, artists on stage and just in the crowds as well. Like,
Brisbane's going up, bro. Even the new opening of that music hall or whatever in the Valley, where Tiger's playing at, bro. That's what we need, bro. That's huge, bro. Like, Brisbane is... It's gonna surpass Melbourne, I'm telling you, bro. Like,
that was the interesting thing, though. Like, out of all the places we went at Big Sound, that place wasn't open.
Yeah, really?
Was it? Or, like, when we were there, that wasn't open. But I don't know if it's finished yet, if they're still working on it.
True.
But, like,
I think it's more big scale. Hey, like, some actual, like, big things that...
it'll be good for, like you said, it'll be good to like step up against Melbourne and Sydney, and I think start competing with them. But in general, like Spitz has been sitting in like, I'd say, hip hop is the strong main genre. Do you ever see yourself like swaying either way of that and like moving into different genres?
100%, bro. I'm pretty obsessed with differentiation, and I had tried at the beginning of the album to make every song as different as possible. I kind of wasn't successful in that, in all honesty. I do love my rap. It comes naturally to me. I don't know, like, it's kind of hard to classify genres these days. Like, I feel like everything kind of overlaps to some degree.
Oh, it does.
But yeah, definitely, dude. Like, I'm trying to work on like every little thing possible and make each song like I want to make a song in each different genre by the end of my career, bro. Like by the end of this year, let alone the end of my career.
Of course.
Because music's great, bro, and like it just resonates with different people. It attracts different markets, you know. Like
within like music, like what sort, like where do you find your biggest influences?
Artist-wise or motivation-wise or?
Open-ended question.
Artist-wise, Young Thug, 100%.
Yeah.
My favorite person.
He's dynamic
in the world, bro. His music's great, but it's so much more than the music, bro. Like everything he stands for, bro. How the people viewed him, bro. He does not give a fuck, bro. That's rockstar shit, bro. Not giving what anyone thinks, doing what you want, bro. And people aren't open-minded enough or intelligent to actually comprehend like his artistry. So I really look up to him, bro. Yeah. Music-wise, motivation-wise, like to be honest, bro, I was never really that popular in high school. I wouldn't say I was a nobody, but I was like always that weird kid, had like acne made cringe YouTube videos, bro. And I always wanted to be popular, bro. I wanted girls to like me, bro. I wanted like these guys who like had girls every weekend type thing. I wanted to be that kid, bro. And then for whatever reason, I kind of saw music as a way to do that, and now it's obviously adapted a lot more to like, I fucking love this shit, I see potential, and I want to change the world with it. But that's not gonna lie, bro. That's like how I got into it, bro. I want to be popular, bro, and it's kind of cringe because you know everyone does that these days to like be cool or fit in, whatever. But
everyone's got to find their self. I think,
and I definitely found myself through it, bro.
That's the thing. I think I see the most is like, looking back.
It's given me confidence, bro. It's given me confidence, bro. Like confidence I've never had in myself, not just like socially, but like I can actually do anything I want, bro. I can actually like anything I want in life, like career-wise, anything. Like I'm the most happy I've ever been, bro.
If you could be like anywhere doing what you are doing, where would you be though? If there was like a place that you reckon would benefit you the most, where are you going to be?
Like location-wise?
Yeah, location-wise, like...
Shit, bro. I think it has to be Australia for now, dude. Like, you can't really leave the nest until you're born type thing. I'm not born yet, bro. I'm still on the way. But I'd love to live in another country, bro. Like, once the shit pops off and, like, Japan is up there, bro. Like, I would love to be there and just, have an international presence, do shows, whatnot, be known for that. But the music is only one side of things, bro. I'm obsessed with business too, bro. And I see a lot of potential for business markets pertaining to the music industry, music marketing. I'm really obsessed with that right now, and I want to help my friends, bro. I want to help and put people on, bro. And first, I need to get into a position when I can do that, make a name for myself, and then bring everyone up, bro. It's all a team effort. Like we benefit off one another. You know what I mean? There's no point just being greedy, and a lot of people are, bro. Like I don't want to be one of these people complaining about people not sharing your shit and all this kind of stuff, because I really don't give two fucks about that. But we should all be helping each other out, bro, and like just the little things like shooting a friend a message, seeing if they're alright, seeing if it's more than music, bro. It's like really just like the greater good of humanity, bro.
You gotta, you kind of said it. Like a lot of people just have their own incentives to get like, and you can see that. Though,
yeah, of course, it's understandable, right? Like you gotta focus on yourself. Like when you're in a plane and they say like the plane's gonna crash and they have the things that fall down, they say put your oxygen mask on first. Why do they say that? You can't help other people if you're passed out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you do have to focus on yourself first, but it's a matter of coming. Okay, I'm happy with where I'm at. Let's help other people, bro. But if you just keep taking and not giving, shit's not gonna work out in your favor, bro. The universe will be against you.
No, I fuck with that. That was a nice way, like a good metaphor actually.
Thanks,
Spitz work, mate. Is there I'm not out of shit, but like, is there anything that like, I got, we spoke about the visas and stuff, and I mean, we spoke about your traveling, I guess, a little bit there. No plans to leave the country?
Yeah, 2021, we're doing international tour. Yeah.
That's a big one.
I'm manifesting that into words. There's nothing down on pen and paper yet.
Yeah, location,
straight, one step at a time.
Paper,
nothing yet. I do have a few like connects in different countries, which I'll probably utilize. But right now, it's just one step at a time, bro. It's a single Bad Boy coming out 27th of this month. Music video, album. I'm so excited for that, bro. That's been the only thing that like gets me through the mornings these days, bro. Like just working on that. I'm so keen for that. Then after that, it's gonna be a bit of fun, relaxing, spending some time with friends and family, and then big things next year.
So 2021. Does that mean you like finish uni?
Yeah, I'll be finished next year, bro. I'll finish next year first trimester in. So I'm actually planning to go to Malta for a little bit, work there, work on some music. I'm from Malta, I'm Maltese, for anyone that didn't know.
Oh, there we go.
And just take a bit to get my head straight, it's all good to have full steam ahead and work hard, but you do need a little break every now and again and just like get your head right.
So is that going to be another solo trip around the world, or is that you got a team going?
I hope so. Yeah, that's a good question, bro. I actually don't know. Like, I'm pretty independent. I have my friends who like help and whatnot, but I really do orchestrate everything myself, bro. From the marketing to like organizing everything, bro. And I like that. I want to minimize outsourcing as much as possible. Like, more you can do yourself. Not just looking at it from a profit aspect, but like you have more control over it, bro. And I really value input in my art,
Yeah.
The music videos. I know, when we work, like a lot of people just say, yeah, let's film a music video. Let the videographers come up with all the shots and whatnot. I think it's good to have input and be like, no, let's do it like this. Bounce ideas. It's a collaborative effort, you know what I mean? And that's why our video fucking kicked ass, bro. Like,
it was
shit was hard, bro.
It was fun. It was cool just how like to see all like the friends. This is for the fucking what is that song called? It's so long ago now. I'm blanking. What's it called? What was the song called we filmed?
Oh, Entree.
Entree. Out of my brain. No, that was a fun day.
Fake fan, bro. Fuck this
I ain't a fake fan.
Get out of my
I spent hours on that. And that was just a cool experience for us to see how many people just rocked up on the day to help.
What happened?
That was
your
like,
team?
Yeah, your team. Our team and your team. So like Cameron and
like, shout out Cameron, bro.
Dylan, like my friends.
Oh, shout out Dylan,
like,
bro.
All those boys.
Is he back?
Yeah, he's back. Yeah, no, he was around here yesterday actually.
That's the whole point of like helping each other out, bro. Like a lot of people that were involved in that didn't get shit out of it, bro. But it's about building friendships where you can work together and like, you know, you help someone out, they're gonna help you out. So
No, it's been fun. Any shout outs from you? Any like people in your life that have been worth the mention right now?
I'm the future.
Yeah.
He is dead ass the future, bro. The name speaks for itself. He's young. He's very talented, bro. He's already established a huge presence online, bro. Liam Thomas.
Yeah.
Big Mac, my best friend, bro. Everyone around me, bro. Like my mom, my dad, my nana. I love my nana, bro. She's probably like the love of my life right now, bro. She's just I love her, bro. I'll do anything for her. And yeah, bro. Just everyone around me, bro. I appreciate everyone, bro.
Yeah.
They're just like
Respect and love for the family, though.
yeah, 100%.
Family number one.
It is family over everything, bro. But with me, it's like, you know, you have your friends, and then your close friends are family, bro. So you classify them in one group, bro. They should be like brother, sister type shit. So yeah, dude. Just anyone that like is nice to me, honestly. It's not even support. It's like anyone who's like fun to talk to and like it's just cool, bro. Like,
what goes around comes around.
100%, bro.
No, for real. But yeah, this has been Don't Blame Us with Spitz. Anything else I haven't dipped on that you wanted to dip in right before we...
H2O wet, so she dipping. H2O gang, perspective 13th to the 10th, bad boy 27th.
Yeah, anything more?
Life is fucking amazing. Life is amazing. It is what it should be. You guys can do anything you want in this life. I promise you that, bro. If you need support around you, bro, talk to your friends. Fucking shoot me a message, bro. Like dead ass, bro. You can achieve
call me
anything.
Spitz
bro.
on Instagram.
No cap.
In his DMs. Any
Don't
other
call me
like
Zach, call me Spitz.
any other places we should be plugging to find your
bro,
music and
just
stuff?
follow me on Instagram, bro. Just reach out to me, say what's up, and you know, you're gonna see me everywhere in the future. So it's gonna be good. I can't wait to just make a difference in this world, bro.
Manifesting it. Now for real. Cheers for having me.
Thanks,
See me online, no person. Everybody know you're perfect. I just wanna know was it worth it. Baby girl, tell me I was worth it. Yeah. Baby girl, tell me it was worth it.